All right, here we go. Good evening and welcome to this TESPN broadcast of LIS girls basketball, the visiting Saints of St. Catherine's School and the host Trinity Episcopal Titans. Saints come in with a record of 5-8. Titans at 6-5. Both have played really challenging schedules, and in the Vista State rankings right now, Trinity 8th, St. Catherine's 10th. So I think we're looking at what should be a really competitive game. I am Rick Hamlin, joined here by ninth graders Amy Phillips and Tabitha Johnson. Welcome, guys.
Hi, everyone.
And first possession, it'll go to the Titans as Trinity wins the tip, and Saints come out in a zone defense. Looks like a 3-2 zone. St. Catherine's coached by Ed Sherrod. He's been at the helm for many years for the Saints. Does a great job. And the first possession is a block shot. Titans also in a 3-2 zone. And Amy, for you as a basketball player, starring currently on our JV team, what do you, when you're out there, feel are some of the differences between attacking a man-to-man defense as opposed to a zone?
I prefer having, being played zone against me. I think it's man, it's so hard to get it more, getting open is a lot harder, having someone up on you at all times. And I feel like zone is sometimes easier to break, but also if it's a man, it's easier to get open for drives and shots like that.
Well, Francis Fiske got the steal for the Titans. It looked to try and run in transition, but Saints did well to get back on D. We are playing with a shot clock, and that shot clock is down to 5. Great pass by Farrah Berry. And Francis Fiske hits the 3. And the Titans draw first blood about a minute and a half into the game. Timeout St. Catherine's as they struggled a little bit to break that press that Trinity threw on after Fiske's made 3. All right, so we're just over a minute and a half into the first quarter of this one. 3-0 early on as Coach Sherrod called a timeout to get his troops set up to attack this press. Fiske with a steal. Pass to Sutton Eldridge, who missed the layup. And the ball went out of bounds off the Saints. And it'll be Titan ball as Caroline Ashoff will throw it in to Francis Fiske. But had it knocked away. And jump ball possession arrow is going to go to Saints. Good hustle there by Savannah Spalding, the sophomore guard for St. Catherine's. Wow, nice job of breaking the press there, but Sutton Eldridge came in with the block shot at the end. Amy, you liked that one.
Yeah, that was a really good block.
Yeah, it was really good action run on that inbounds play by the Saints, and they were able to get it to Lindsey Paulin, who drew the foul. Caroline Ashoff called for the foul for first. Paulin makes first free throw and gets the Saints on the board. We are also joined tonight by producer Parker Boyd, also class of 2028, as Paulin hits both free throws. Great pass by Sutton to Adina Swilliman. Adina couldn't make the layup, but she was fouled. By Laura Lovett. First foul on Lovett and first foul on the Saints. Swilliman missed them both, and Tabby, in a game that we expect to be pretty close, free throws are going to be important.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So Saints just went 2 for 2 at the line, and then Titans go 0 for 2. They called a travel there. I believe the St. Catherine's player went to the ground and moved, so got called for traveling. Sutton kicks it out to Caroline, who's long 2 is a miss. And it's going to be a foul on Sutton Eldridge. And this is the same officiating crew that ref the JV boys game that just finished up before this. Titans with a 49-34 win, by the way. But having been at that game and helping assistant coach that game, I can tell you these officials, at least in that game, called everything. They really had a tight whistle. So Sutton, when she got called for that foul, I saw her look at the ref and be like, come on, bro. But that's what they're going to have to get used to. And players like, particularly Sutton, Adina, and Francis, have got to be careful about getting in foul trouble. JV boys had 2 starters foul out and a third with 4 fouls, so that could be a factor to keep an eye on.
Yeah, good point.
And there's Adina, right on cue, getting called for her first foul. Little bump. She also looks a bit confused, but this is how it's going to be tonight. Good rebound by Adina, but it was taken away and converted. Savannah Spalding. And the Saints take their first lead of the night. Well, after all that talk about a tight whistle, Sutton Eldridge seemed to, from here, look like get fouled, but no call on that one. But then they do call a travel on the Saints.
Trinity's also already missed a couple of layups, which is something I'm sure Lawton is going to want them to start cleaning up going farther into this game.
Unfriendly roll there from the shot by Francis Fiske. Farrah Berry got a hand on it, but couldn't corral. Shot clock's down to 5. I don't think the Saints are aware of that. And with a 1 on the shot clock, they throw it away. Good zone defensive possession by the Titans there. Fiske out to Farrah Berry. Her corner three is no good. Rebound by Adina Swilliman, who draws a foul on Eliza Cochran. Really impressed with Adina there. When that ball was in the air, she wasn't standing and watching, but she was anticipating where it would come off. This time Adina hits the free throw to tie the game. Hits them both. Tabby early on here, pretty low scoring. Both teams playing very similar style of zone. What do you think are gonna maybe be some of the key differentiators that help one of these teams try and extend the lead?
Yeah, definitely like we mentioned earlier, just making those simple layups and going back to the basics to make sure everything's going well.
Well, that's going to be another foul on Sutton Eldridge. Scoreboard says she has 3. I only remember 2. Either way, we're just only about 4.5 minutes into this game, and Sutton is one of the top players for sure on this Titan team, and she averages 16 points a game, leading scorer on the team. So having her pick up 3 early fouls is going to be a huge factor in this game.
Yeah, with this close of a game, they're definitely going to need her in the game.
Caroline Ashoff missed her layup, and Eliza Cochran with a nice rebound. Saints throw it away, and I do think when the Titans have been able to ramp up the pressure, St. Catherine's has struggled to get good shots or even get shots. It's Fiske long 2, no good. Another rebound by Savannah Spalding, and she looks for a long hit ahead pass, but it's a little bit too long and ends up going out of bounds. Possession back to the Titans. Both teams hustling. Reagan Perkinson gets the roll, puts the Titans back on top. That 3 no good. Another rebound by Adina Swilliman. Ooh, hard foul there, and Adina already has probably 5 rebounds.
I believe this is the Titans' 3rd time at the line this evening, so hitting these free throws will be crucial in helping them pull away from the Saints.
Yeah, that time they go 1 out of 2, so I think 3 out of 6 overall on those 3 trips to the line, Amy, but 50% not really good enough for what you would want to see, especially in a game that we anticipate there are going to be a lot of foul calls. Shot clock again down to 5. Three-pointer by Cochran, no good, and another rebound by Swilliman, and now she's going to get out and go with it, trying to go coast to coast. Great pass to Reagan Perkinson. Reagan could not convert, and the loose ball controlled by the Saints with just about a minute to go in the first quarter. Titans have a numerical advantage here, but Faraberry had it stolen by Jordan Morey. And overall, kind of a sloppy first quarter.
Yeah, I agree.
And go ahead.
Both teams have already had multiple turnovers. And in just the first couple of minutes of playing, that's something both teams are going to need to focus on going into the next quarter.
Yeah, I was talking to some St. Catherine's parents before the game. Great pass, Fiske to a Swilliman. That is great offensive basketball. But some of the St. Catherine's parents were saying, you know, they expect this to be a really tough night for them, as now a Swilliman with another layup. And I was just going to say, if they can keep the game kind of ugly and frantic, that maybe plays to their advantage. But now you see two great plays by the Titans to extend the lead up to 12-6, and a travel called on Paxton Raymond. So with just about 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. Francis Fiske was able to get a shot up at the end, but does not connect. So at the end of the first quarter, Trinity Episcopal 12, St. Catherine's 6. Tabby, your impressions of quarter number one?
You know, I think Trinity was really able to pick it up towards the end and start cleaning it up, but it definitely was sloppy at the beginning, which is something they're going to need to work on.
Amy?
I agree, it was sloppy, and I think they need to focus on hitting their free throws, because I don't think they're usually at 50% from the line. So focusing on hitting those will help, and cleaning up their turnovers. But their offense has been moving the ball pretty well, so keeping that up.
Yeah, and I think my biggest takeaway, besides cleaning up that sloppiness, like y'all said, is just keeping an eye on the foul trouble with Sutton, leading scorer for the Titans. Really one of the top players in the area. And with her getting 3 fouls in about the first 4.5 minutes, that is exactly what you do not want if you're Coach Adam Lonan.
Yeah, it would be a shame if she was fouled out.
Yeah, so Sutton's still on the bench to start the second quarter. And having seen these girls play several times this year, I also think Sutton is very much a rhythm player who can get in hot streaks and really get going, and hard to do that with the foul trouble, or obviously really hard to do it when you're on the bench. Faraberry went with a left-handed layup, couldn't get it to go. Good rebound by Jordan Morey in traffic.
Something I think is interesting is Jordan actually attended Trinity last year.
Yeah, and she was your classmate before that, right, over at St. Michael's?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, Jordan led the JV team to a great season last year. And of course, she's a great softball player as well. You see her and her family here tonight, but this time Jordan turns it over and had it stolen by Francis Fiske, but Francis missed the short one. Great pass and great catch by Jordan, who I believe plays catcher in softball, and she showed off those hands, making a tough catch in traffic, but couldn't get the layup to go. Francis going nice and slow. Yeah, it's going to be a foul on Abby Foster, and that's kind of incidental contact. Again, a different official might let that one go. Didn't really have an effect on the play. Titans saw the ball, but this crew is just any contact, whistle's going to blow. And I do think as a coach and as a player, even as a fan, as long as it's consistent, you can live with that. What you struggle to deal with is when the officiating's inconsistent. And they have been consistently strict.
Yeah.
Nice give and go. Francis again couldn't get the layup to go. Had a few tough shots in traffic that haven't made it into the bucket. Francis is going to get, I believe, her third steal already. Euro step and draws a foul. I'm laughing just because, as I think you all know, I've been helping with the JV boys a little bit this winter, and her brother Rocco is on JV, and he's always doing those reverse layups like Francis just did. And I guess that's where he gets it from, Big Sis. I'm trying to tell him, just go up and make the layup. You don't have to reverse every time, but Francis did it well and was able to draw the foul and knock down the first free throw. Steal by Adina, and it's been several minutes since the Saints have scored. They led 6-5, but it's now 9 straight points for the Titans. Nice pass. And the Saints break the drought as Abby Foster connected with Ryan Lewis. That's 2 ninth graders right there, freshman to freshman, as the Saints get back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
3-pointer, Francis Fiske. That's that same spot that she opened the scoring. And when her shot is in the air, the backspin that she gets on the ball looks exactly how you would teach it at a coaching clinic. Caroline Ashoff with a steal. Adina for 3, a little too strong. I don't see her shoot a ton of threes, but that's definitely, I know, something she's worked on to add to her repertoire. Up ball, possession arrow, Saints. Nice pass and bucket, and the Saints score. After I talked about how they hadn't scored in many minutes, they've now scored 2 straight possessions to get to double digits. What a catch by Adina. Faded away on the layup though, and ball was rebounded by Luba Lovett. Steal by Reagan Perkinson. All right, so timeout called by the Titans. First timeout they've used this evening. About midway through the second quarter here. Y'all seen any changes or differences in the style of the game here in the second quarter compared to the first?
I think they're starting to clean things up a little bit more, but down low on offense, they're having a hard time finishing. So that's just one more thing to work on, but their sloppiness has started to get cleaned up.
I agree with that, Amy.
Yeah, it seems like if the Titans are patient and get a couple ball reversals, they can get really good shots. But when they're sloppy, turnovers, that's a good attempt, but a little too long. Good rebound in traffic by Sarah Carter Nowry. And Spalding goes all the way, and Saints offense is really getting in gear in the last couple of minutes. Both teams fighting hard. Whistle finally blows. This time the possession goes to the Titans. I do think a positive for the Titans tonight is Sutton Eldridge has now been out for about 10 minutes of game time, and as the leading scorer, you still, even though it's not as big a lead as you might like, Titans still have the lead and have a chance to expand on the lead because Farrah Berry just got fouled. Or at least the officials called the foul. Coach Ed Sherrod did not agree, and he's continuing to plead his case. I can't remember, Amy, if it was you, or Tabby, if it was you, but you talked about what a key free throws are going to be tonight, and that's 2 misses from Farrah, who's usually a pretty reliable free throw shooter. And the Saints respond by cutting it down to a 1-possession lead of only 3 points as we head under 3 minutes till halftime. Off bucket. Adina Swilliman for 2. Now Adina blocks the shot. But the Saints rebound, and they're gonna go to the free throw line. Called that on Adina, which is going to be her second foul. From up here, I thought it was Reagan Perkinson who committed the foul. And Reagan's a great player, but as a guard, Titans have a lot of good guards, but there really is only one Adina. So if you're Coach London, you'd probably prefer to not see that foul called on Adina, especially that gives her 2, and I don't believe Reagan has any yet. And if Adina picks up a third before halftime, you got 2 of your, well, not 2 of your top scorers, your 2 top scorers in foul trouble. So definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and she's not also just a great shooter, but also she's getting most of the Titans' rebounds tonight.
Yeah, she missed that layup, and that was a perfect pass by Reagan Perkinson from that 45-degree angle bounce pass that led Adina up for the layup, and I think Adina would be the first to tell you she's got to convert those. Caroline Ashoff with the steal. She's had a few steals, does a nice job stepping through the double team. Lays it off for Reagan. Good look to Francis Fiske. Good head fake. Couldn't get the shot to go, and Cochran with the rebound. Pointer, no good. Swilliman with yet another rebound. Got to be pushing double figures of rebounds already here in half number 1. That time Adina converts the layup. Great D by Francis. Goes all the way. Shot is blocked by Spalding. And got just over 30 seconds to go until halftime. Spalding is going to be a third foul on Adina, and I think we just talked about she gets 3 fouls before halftime. That's not a good thing, and just happened. So with 25 seconds to go, Spalding will go to the line with a chance to cut into the 6-point Titan lead. Missed the first. Coach London's gonna leave Adina in for now with the 3. Spalding hits the second. They're gonna wave it off. Violation on the shooter, and that same ref called that 3 times in the JV boys game. You could go to 100 basketball games and never see that call, but my man is a stickler for not crossing the line on free throws.
Yeah, we had him at our JV game yesterday, and he also was calling that a couple times for us.
Now we've got technical. What do we got here? Technical foul on the St. Catherine's coach. And I am not surprised. Not because of anything the coach did, but just having seen these officials in action for 6 quarters now, they not mind using their whistles. Fitzke hits the first technical free throw. I thought I was going to get one in the last game. That guy, I thankfully stopped just in time when, the refs give you that look like, one more word. Maybe your parents give it to you sometimes. Tabby never gets in trouble.
Oh, I don't know about that.
All right, about 5 seconds to go to the half. Will the Titans get a shot off? Yes, they do, but it does not connect. So your halftime score, Trinity Episcopal 22, St. Catherine's 15. The 2 leading scorers, though, for the Titans on the season, Sutton Eldridge and Adina Swilliman, both with 3 fouls. We will take a break for about 8 minutes or so, and then we will be back for what should be a really exciting second half. And I don't even think I've mentioned yet that when this one's done, we've got a doubleheader tonight here on TESPN with the St. Christopher's varsity boys visiting the Titans, the battle of the Saints sitting at 10-1 on the season, Titans at 9-3. So that boys matchup should be a great one as well. So still have 6 more quarters of great basketball ahead on TESPN. But for now, we're going to take a short break. We will be back in just a few minutes. Please stick around. Welcome back. Second half getting underway. Sutton Eldridge still on the bench with the 3 fouls.
That's definitely surprising. I thought they would have put her back in by now.
Totally agree, Tabby. And a great first possession by the Saints as they carved up the zone and get an easy layup in the first 10 seconds to cut the lead down to 5.
It's interesting to me that Adina and Sutton both have 3 fouls, but Sutton's on the bench and Adina's in the game
Yeah,
still.
that definitely is odd.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure what the difference is other than maybe just because of Adina's interior presence. Just feel like he has to play her no matter what. But if she gets 2 more, that option won't exist. Francis looking for a foul, did not get one, but it will remain Titan ball.
Like you were saying about Adina's presence down there, Alexa Linton is not at this game tonight, who usually is helping Adina out down there.
That's a great point, Amy. So Alexa, maybe she's watching on the IB art field trip up in New York City, and if so, what's up, Alexa? We are very much missing you right now with, she plays so hard, great rebounder, that's a lot of great screens. V. Updike checking in for the first time this evening, senior 3-sport athlete. And like all 3 of us on the mic tonight, St. Michael's grad.
At the last game I broadcasted, V was hit a couple of threes that game. So we'll be looking to see if she can do that again tonight.
Well, once again, great job attacking the zone by the Saints. And yeah, I think you make a good point, Amy. I mean, whether it's V or Farah or Caroline, one of these guards needs to step up in addition to Adina and Francis. There it is. Didn't go, though. Man, that would have been like a movie if Amy had spoke that 3-pointer into fruition, but unfortunately comes up short for V, and she is going to get replaced by Sutton. So Coach Lannon rolling the dice, playing Sutton Eldridge and Adina Swilliman, each with 3 fouls. This time Francis anticipated that backdoor cut to the Saints had working for him, and is able to knock it out of bounds.
I'll be right back.
Good steal. Good pass. Good take. That's just good team basketball. Eldridge with the assist. Farah Berry with the bucket. Saints moving the ball around nicely. Good pass, and Saints really doing a nice job attacking this zone right now. And you see Sutton and Adina both keeping their hands straight up, trying to avoid foul number 4.
Oh, that
Francis Biskey, what a move. Great take. And the halftime lead of 7 is restored. Again, you see Sutton there. I mean, I think without the foul trouble, she probably would maybe try and block that shot, but she just stood there like a statue, worrying about picking up that 4th.
Even just her presence on the court seems like it brings the Titans a little bit more energy. Ever since she's come in the game, they've gotten a couple more points.
Yeah, I totally agree, Amy. She plays the game just at a faster pace than most high school players, and even just her passing, ball handling. It's all happening at a speed that, you're right, everybody else has to bring their speed up. Another missed free throw for the Titans.
During this free throw, I just wanted to wish my uncle who's listening a happy birthday.
All right, well, I tell you what, for your uncle, we need to get some better free throw shooting than we've had. Uncle who?
Bryant.
All right, Uncle Bryant, happy 29th birthday.
Something like that.
Something like that. All right, we had a hell ball there, possession arrow to the Titans. Sutton kicks it out. Francis from the corner. You know she likes that spot, but didn't get it to go this time. We get a foul now on Caroline Ashoff. First, second. Just past the midway point of the third quarter. And Ashoff this time gets a steal.
That shot was so
Francis
smooth.
Fitzke.
It was like butter on a
Finished.
hot pancake.
Now Francis with a steal, and he's going to try and add some syrup to that pancake with the left-handed finish.
That's two.
Next, maybe some whipped cream.
That was two back-to-back steals between Caroline Ashoff and Francis Fitzke. So strong start to this quarter.
Yeah, I think unofficially, by my count, Francis is up to 6 steals. Caroline has 3 as well, I think, and those two are really creating havoc for the Saints guards. And I'm going to say something that's going to sound really simple, but I think it's really important to remember in a game like this is each and every possession you want to be able to get at least one shot. And if that shot doesn't go in, you'd love to get even a second or third crack at it with offensive rebounds. But when Fitzke and Ashoff get those steals, then the Saints end up with not only no shot, but it's also an opportunity for the Titans to get out and go and get their transition game going. And we saw those 2 layups by Francis, and now Caroline's going to have a layup attempt. I think they're going to say that the block was a clean one by Layla Britt, but her foot was on the line. So Titans will retain possession. Great pass by Farrah Berry. But Caroline tried to kick it out to Francis. It sailed on her into the bleachers. And that's another one of those empty possessions that we were just talking about that really need to avoid at all costs. Sutton, good rebound, and then tiptoes along the baseline, pushes it, finds Francis to Adina, and that is great teamwork by the 3 leading scorers of the Titans. Eldridge to Fitzke to a Swilliman, or 2. Shot clock down to 3. Britt's going to put one up, and it will be a shot clock violation. Great D there by the Titans. And correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but I believe this is the first double-digit lead that Trinity's had tonight, with it the margin up to 11.
I believe that's right.
But Eldridge's 3 is no good. You can see a little frustration on Sutton's face when she pretty much wakes up and is already a double-figure scorer. So she hasn't, because of the foul trouble, really been able to get it going tonight. And she might have 2 points.
I think so.
Right in the very beginning. Good job breaking the press, and a nice shot by Abby Foster, the freshman for St. Catherine's. And Dina Swilliman was able to draw the foul there. I was talking at halftime to one of my friends who works at St. Christopher's, but he's a team parent of the father of one of the St. Catherine's players. And he was just talking about how they're really excited about the young talent on this team. Saints have 4 ninth graders, and they also have an 8th grader as well. So future of St. Catherine's basketball looking really bright, as well as for the Titans, because you look out on that court right now, there's 3 sophomores, 1 junior, and just the 1 senior, Farrah Berry. Get this foul on Farrah Berry. The Updike is back in the game. Mori kicks it out to Ryan Lewis. Misses, but the rebound secured for the Saints. Sutton going coast to coast, and she is fouled, and we'll get to the free throw line. And I think if she's able to knock these down, I think that'll really help get her in rhythm to see the ball go through the basket.
And something that the Titans have done a good job with coming out of the half is I don't think that Adina or Sutton have picked up their 4th foul. And with only 2 team fouls this quarter, that's a big difference than their past 2 quarters.
Yeah, that's a great point, Amy. I do think they've done well to adjust, even though it has perhaps taken a little bit of the aggressiveness away, but they've extended the halftime lead that was 7 up now to 11 as we're under 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Swilliman rebounds. Titans looking to get 1 final bucket before the half. Coast to coast, Adina Swilliman scores it just before the end of the quarter.
Her
That's
jump.
the largest lead the Titans have had at the end of 3 quarters. Trinity Episcopal 36, St. Catherine's 23. So Amy mentioned, and I think made a very excellent point about Eldridge and Swilliman playing without getting hit for that 4th foul in the 3rd quarter. Tabby, anything strike you about quarter number 3?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're starting to get more layups, and it's almost like they're gaining more confidence and spreading out more, which I think is good.
Yeah, I think Titans scored almost as many points in that third quarter as they had really in the entire first half.
And you can't see this if you're watching online, but there's a good student turnout here. A lot of kids on the balcony, and then a lot of grown-ups in the stands. So it's a fun environment right now to be playing in.
Yeah, that's a great point, Amy. And I've been coming to these games for so long, first as a kid, then as a player, then for over 20 years as a coach here at Trinity, that I kind of take it for granted that when we play these in-town rivals, it's going to be a pretty full gym and a pretty electric atmosphere. But sometimes I forget to try and see it through the eyes of a ninth grader who, this is a little bit more folks than maybe typically come to your average girls game. And the crowd's just going to continue to build as we approach the nightcap and the boys varsity game. We're going to get that fourth foul on Sutton, and she does not like that call. We're going to say she pushed. So it'll be interesting to see if Coach Lonan lets her stay with 4. Right now it looks like he is going to let her roll with the 4 fouls. And golly, I mean, her 4 fouls, I mean, none of them had much contact. Like, they're all very, what we sometimes call ticky-tack. Like, I mean, by the letter of the law, did she bump her? Probably. Do you usually see official blow a whistle on that? Probably not. Saints go 1 for 2 at the line, and Dina Swilliman is up to about 15 rebounds. Francis's pass was deflected. It'll stay tight ball. Good fake by Francis and the pull-up. He misses but gets her own rebound. One thing I'm always so impressed as Farrah Berry's shot's no good with Francis Fiske is whenever there's a loose ball, she just has a real nose for it. Sutton moves out of the way to avoid that 5th foul. Foster, Amori, and that's going to be foul number 4 on Adina. And Jordan Mori will go to the line for 2. Those two may have occasionally battled at practice last year. We said Jordan was on the Trinity JV team last year, but I think she sometimes practiced with varsity. And she was really strong there, and Jordan's first free throw is in. So, Amy, you made the great point. Adina and Sutton both avoided the 4th foul in the 3rd quarter, but they both pick it up just about a minute into the 4th. And if either one of them were to foul out, that would be a disaster. But if they can add to that lead and make the margin big enough, it may not matter. And Sutton Eldridge doing her part by hitting that 3. Now a turnover by the Saints. Another 3 by Sutton. Long B. Updike with a rebound. But the Saints kind of got away with a kick ball there. And a good take. Abby Foster able to get the steal and go coast to coast for the and one. Foul on B. Foster cuts the lead back to 11. Good take by Farrah Berry. The shot is blocked, but Swilliman puts it back up and in. And also, you got to give Adina credit. She really created that gap that Farrah was able to dribble into by sealing off the defender.
Yeah, definitely. Her jump was so high, it was like she was looking for the cookie jar on the top shelf.
It's a great metaphor, Tabby. Keep them coming. I like that better even than the pancake one.
Thank you.
Three-point play is completed. I believe that was Foster again. And the lead down to 10. Thinking about it. Who's he going to call this on? All right, it is going to be on St. Catherine's. And I didn't think Adina, I actually didn't think either player committed a foul, but when the whistle blew, I was wondering if he was going to try and call Adina for some kind of a push or something. Great fake, leaner, no good by Sutton.
The student section is starting to get built over there in the stands with the seniors lining up in their togas.
First free throw, no good. Also great to see a number of alums here this evening, and Trinity holding a little, they're calling it alumni hangout, and someone who's been here as long as me is a lot of familiar faces, like Trinity legend Blake Bowen, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play for the Titans, two-time state champion, just walked past me. Francis Fiske, no good. Adina pushing 20 rebounds now. And Amy, Tabby, that man that just walked by holding baby in his arms, he was a great quarterback for us in football, but he also was a basketball player. And his senior year, Titans over at St. Christopher's, he hit a buzzer beater three right in the corner, right in front of the Trinity student section to beat the Saints after we were down 11 in the fourth quarter and complete the comeback. A shot that I will never forget, and anyone who was at that game will never forget. So perhaps a good omen having him in the house tonight.
Yeah, that's incredible. I wish I could have been there.
Yeah, it was 2015, so you were probably 4?
5.
5, my bad. Great team ball there by the Titans as they expand the lead up to 12. Now Adina with a steal. Great long pass ahead to Sutton. And she is fouled again. And you can tell Sutton's starting to get into a rhythm, kind of play her game. And now she's made a few buckets. And it's just good to see her playing the way she's capable and getting over that initial foul trouble. That's the first. hit the second. 45-32 as we approach the midway point of the fourth quarter. Cochran, 3 from the corner, no good. And the layup was missed by Laura Lovett. I think if the Titans can get a couple more buckets here, they can just about salt this one away. I feel like the Saints' body language is, they're not quite believing the way they were for most of this game.
Yeah, you can definitely tell they're starting to get a little discouraged there.
But just as we say that, a nice left-handed layup by Laura Lovett. Cut it to 11. Frances Fiske missed her layup. Ashoff looking for a steal. She secures the loose ball. Great hustle to get it to a Swilliman. Sutton back to Francis, and they're going to pull it out and run some clock. I think smart play there by the Titans. As a coach, this is that point in the game when I like to say the clock is your friend. Can't afford those turnovers, and Sutton's got to be careful here. She couldn't help herself reach in, and thankfully for her, does not get called for that fourth. Sutton looks for Francis. Pass was a little bit behind her. They are going to call a foul. I believe it's going to be on Eliza Cochran. It is. Titans not quite in the bonus yet. That's just the fourth team foul on St. Catherine's. Frances Fiske missed the three. Adina and one. She is excited. Caroline's excited. The whole team's excited, and Adina has been just incredible with rebounding tonight. She has at least 19 rebounds unofficially.
Yeah, I remember last game I broadcasted, you compared her to like a vacuum, suctioning up all of the rebounds.
I said
And
that?
Yeah, you did. And
Pretty clever.
it's so
Don't even
shown
remember.
true tonight.
Dina blocks it, and Farrah Berry is going to go to the free throw line as Titans are now in the bonus. Minute 47 to go. And just a reminder that we will, of course, be broadcasting the boys' game against St. Christopher's. That should tip about 18 minutes after the conclusion of this one. So it was advertised for a 7 p.m. start as Farrah hits the first free throw, but it'll probably end up being closer to about 7:20 or so. It will be, just to clarify, it'll be a separate stream. So when this game ends, shut this one down, and then we'll get another one going. Timeout called there by the Titans. And I think this is one of those timeouts where Coach Lonan is probably just reminding his team that we've got a 14-point lead. Like I said before, clock is our friend. We don't need to take any risk and just get a few stops and be out of here to enjoy a long weekend.
Yes,
Yeah.
very exciting. The Titans have practically a 4-day weekend, so I'm sure all the players are ready for that.
Now, I can't remember, Amy, you might know, do the girls play on Tuesday?
Like a game? Or
I know the boys
I don't
play at
know.
collegiate, but I can't remember if the girls have a game Tuesday.
I'm not sure. They either have if they don't have a game, they definitely are practicing.
And I've been meaning to ask you this whole broadcast and keep forgetting. Tell the viewers how, because your JV played St. Catherine's yesterday, right?
No, we played St. Gertrude's.
Oh, okay. Well, tell us how'd that go.
We won 29-22. It was a hard and very physical game, but it was a good victory.
Sarah Berry hits the second free throw. How'd you play?
Pretty well, I think.
Good.
Good
Well,
block by Francis.
Great block by Francis. Yeah, I'm currently coaching 3 teams plus, doing this. I haven't been able to see all play yet, but I really want to get out and check out a JV girls game soon.
Yeah, I'm not sure when our next home game is, but to definitely come.
All right, I'm looking it up now. The Saints do cut it back to 13, but Titans really should just look to run as much of the shot clock as they can here. Not turn the ball over. That's the last thing you want to do. Iski almost was able to get a steal, but her momentum took her out of bounds. I want to thank Parker Boyd, who's done a great job on the production tonight, keeping the scoreboard updated and current, and requires a lot of concentration. Under a minute to go. Lewis hits the jump shot. Got it to 11. Amy, looks like you all play Wednesday against Stab at home, and Sutton going to get fouled and go back to the free throw line. She does a great job drawing fouls, as she just really attacks the lane and puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And girls varsity also home with Stab on Wednesday, and that will be a TESPN broadcast for sure. Stab has won LIS for basketball, I think, 10 years in a row.
Oh.
I know they beat us in the first game of the year up there, but I think our girls feel like it's a game that they play their A game, they have a chance, and that should be a fun one on Wednesday, which will be the next ESPN broadcast after tonight's boys game. All right, we head down into the last 30 seconds. 50-38 is the score. 3-pointer by Britt. No good. Ashoff with the rebound. Shot clock is off. Good catch by Sutton. Titans can just bring it out and run these last few seconds off the clock. And that'll do it. So your final score, Trinity Episcopal 50, St. Catherine's 38. And let me end this broadcast by asking you all for a player of the game. Amy.
This is a tough one tonight. I would nominate both Francis and Adina, because despite all the fouls Adina picked up, she had almost like a large majority of Trinity's rebounds, and also was finishing really well in the paint in the second half. But Francis kind of kept them in the whole game, making some clutch plays. and just doing a good job of getting the offense moving, as well as having some key steals.
Abby?
Yeah, I agree with everything Amy said. I also think that Caroline Ashoff really kept up the energy throughout the game and kept everyone's spirits up, just making it a lot more fun and interesting to watch.
Good call, good call. My vote has got to go to, Dina Swilliman. 20 rebounds, and I don't have her exact point total, but I think that probably is over 20 as well. So good win for the Titans to improve to 7-5 on the season. All right, the boys game is 19 minutes away from tipping off. I will be back for that and joined by Ben Snyder and Liam O'Neill. Also got a special guest lined up for the third quarter. So if you can't get out here tonight to the Estes Athletic Center, stay tuned. Boys basketball, St. Christopher's, Trinity Episcopal coming up in a few. Thank you to Parker Boyd, who produced, Amy Phillips, Tabitha Johnson, and thanks for watching. We will be back in just a few minutes. See you then.